You did win one at the Asbury Park Tattoo Fest.
He said, I'm not leaving out of here without my trophy. And he got the first trophy, like the golden one.
Well, you were, when everyone was getting set up day one, it was like when you get a test in school and the teacher hands you the work and she's like going by. I feel like you got it and you just started like going at it. And you were a perfectionist until like the last minute. I got to watch that come together from, what was it, Friday afternoon, like up to the contest Saturday night.
That's right. I was looking you at setting the cameras and everything, and bro, it's so fucking dope.
It was crazy.
I think that's one of the best things at a convention I've ever seen. Like putting cameras up for people to see what they're doing. That's fucking crazy.
What's funny about that to me is it feels like the like surface layer of anything else you could do with a video camera, right? So it's like, but it's a huge value.
Did that shit in Wildwood.
We did that at the last convention. It was 4 of us.
That's a full piece. So how long did that take you?
6 hours.
6 hours. That took you 6
4
hours?
of us.
4 people.
4 people?
4 of us, yeah.
Holy cow.
4 people at the same time.
That guy's a monster.
Oh yeah, bro, he's fucking crazy.
How do you prepare your clients mentally and physically?
Bro, I have this thing that even I saw it at I don't know if it was it was a podcast of Angel. He was saying like, I forget my client is alive. Bro, that's me literally. I was like, bro, that's me. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes I'm fucking like, I know he's alive when he starts like twitching. But then if he just bro, like that type of shit, bro, and it gets me, bro. To be honest, it gets me mad at first, but then I'm like, I mean, bro, he has to do his shit, because if not, he's not dealing through this. Yeah.
Well, it's that or it's happening in the chair right next to you.
Bro.
Okay.
¿Sabes? La podríamos tirar una pregunta como a eso, a lo de cómo aguantan los clientes, cómo tan. That could be a nice topic to start.
That's a nice topic to how to
like
get your clients ready.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole... The funny thing about tattoos is we were outside talking to Oscar before, and just the whole game of tattoos has evolved so much over the past, at this point, 2-3 decades. I was talking about Oscar because you guys are talking about this layer of got to make sure the client's good. Whereas there's also that layer of Oscar was talking about just trying to get a job here. Like the industry has changed so much. So you get a young guy like you, who's like, you got the heart, the mind, like you're just going at it, and everything's set up for you to do well. But then it's like that threshold before you could succeed like that in tattoos was a lot more difficult years back.
Oh yeah, totally.
It was more gate kept. You know what I mean? Like I feel like all tattoo artists. I feel like for you to become a tattoo artist back in the day, you need to know somebody that was a tattoo artist, and then that way you get in the shop. Mind you, not thinking about the artistic skills. You know what I mean? You have to know people. It doesn't matter if you knew how to draw or didn't draw, because there's a huge load of tattoo artists that cannot draw, but they're tattooers.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? They trace. They're amazing tracers, but they're not tattoo artists.
Yeah.
I feel like with the new generation and shit like that, they just took down that door. Like completely, because there's free information all over social media. You don't need an apprenticeship no more. I mean, you do need guidance. You do need, you know what I mean, set up like insurances, BPDs. You do need to know, you know, the basics of the shop. But like artistic way, with the internet, we got all social media to our advantage. You know what I mean? And now you see people tattooing 2-3 years and out tattooing.
That's what you mentioned that to me a while back, and that kind of leads me to really how you guys met. And I know you're from the same country, which is really cool. And you found, how'd you guys meet first off?
Conventions.
And what is amazing about this is you said I asked you this when we were getting the video during the Tattoo Fest, and I'd asked you how many conventions you'd been to, but I asked you before I asked how long you were tattooing. So first you tell me, I've been to 12 conventions or something like that. You could correct me in a minute, but then I was like, wait, how long have you been tattooing? It's like, 3 years maybe, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy, bro. Nowadays, you see a lot of people get into conventions and stuff, especially because, bro, like that same thing that happened to us, like you get to meet a lot of people, a lot of cool contacts that it's not only friends, but they can also like guide you through something different that you can learn from, and that's the best thing, to be honest. And it's so easy to go to a convention, bro. Like nowadays, you see, bro, you can have literally like 10 conventions a month, like active. Maybe not the same place, of course, but in different places. Like I don't know, in August you can have fucking 5 conventions in New York. It's just that they're not so known, but there is.
They're private conventions for
exactly.
artists.
But if you need to pull up somewhere, you could. Like something's happening.
Exactly, which is so fucking dope because it's artists in one area, bro. Like that's just information right there.
And you're from New York City?
Yeah, I'm from Queens. Like
So
yeah,
would you? I guess you have a fair amount of opportunities in the city for that type of thing.
Oh yeah, totally, of course. Yeah, especially, I mean, by the city, do you mean like Manhattan or?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I hate to say this as someone who's lived so close to New York City, but I kind of just think of it all as one big thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I know there's a lot of
Yeah,
approaches.
right. I've been telling this nigga, take me to the city. I don't know where,
like,
but take me to the city. Anywhere.
Because it's crazy. Sometimes I get asked like the city, and then people are talking just about Manhattan, which is crazy because that's not just the city. Like,
Yeah.
New York
So,
City is all 5 boroughs.
To New Yorkers,
Uh-huh.
the city is Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
To New York. I mean, if you're in New York and you say, I'm going to go to the city, that's Manhattan.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
for some reason, when someone from outside says it, it's not so
It's New
correct,
York.
you know? Like you can say New York City and just refer it to
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Like, that's crazy. But in between us, it is normal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I mean, at least for people, I would say everywhere. I mean, I relate a lot with people with from Queens or from Long Island, not Staten Island or Bronx or anything like that. But for almost all of us, it's like that. City, it's Manhattan. The rest is Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn.
Do you
Staten
think the
Island.
personality changes depending on?
Oh hell yeah! Bro.
Yeah, the Bronx niggas is different from like Manhattan niggas, and then Queens niggas is different from every. Yeah.
Do you see that like, in your clientele?
Oh
It's-
yeah, totally. Most of my clients are from
From the city.
No, actually, from Long Island and Queens, I would say, yeah. And whenever I get a client from somewhere else, I know they're from somewhere else. Like, it's so crazy because
Accent?
not only accent but culture. Like, even though they're not I don't know, Hispanic, if they live in Bronx, they kind of understand the language and they have some words. They use some words that are typical from, I don't know, Dominican people.
Dominican people,
Yeah, which
deep
is-
in the Bronx.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And you also get to see how, if you think about Bronx, you think about not so much of a nice area, right? I mean, that's the typical, like the stereotype,
yeah.
of Bronx.
Well, the movie titles of the movies.
Yeah,
Style,
totally. Yeah. I mean, because it used to be really bad back then.
Now
But
it's good.
now it's not good. I mean, it has their places that are good and some that are not. But it's not bad. You
Yo.
know, I've been there, and the only time I've been there and I've like felt fear was when I was with my bike once, and bro, I passed through this street and this guy just yelled at me. He was like te van a robar, like they're gonna steal your shit. And I was like, what the fuck? So I just sped up through that whole, like, it was dark ass street. Yeah, I just
See ya.
just flew literally.
Nah,
Yeah.
fucking the Bronx is crazy. Dominicans don't play, right? You know that?
Oh, yeah, no,
DDP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nah, I
some,
don't mind
some people tend to have the tendency to grab the microphone with 2 hands.
Oh really?
Well, we've seen that.
we've seen
We've seen
that
that
live.
maybe once.
I have
Maybe once.
the thing of touching something.
Yeah.
So if I'm like this, yeah, I'm just gonna
Well,
grab it.
considering you work with your hands a lot, that makes
Oh,
sense.
And then I that's why I gotta get the lollipop. That's why I gotta get the water.
Oh,
like,
that was a good ass
because
trick.
You figure, you know what I mean? You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You want anything? I got you.
If I grab that, I'm gonna be
Yeah, and then tap
shit
it.
the whole day. Yeah.
When you were younger in school, were you the type of student that would doodle around the whole page
Oh yeah.
while you listening to the teacher?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Especially on my last 2 years of school, that was the point I got to like draw everywhere the most, like literally everywhere. I used to be that guy that had to stay after school to clean up the fucking chairs, bro, and
The desks.
things, yeah,
the
desk.
tables.
Because I'll be drawing into every single desk I've been, bro, like literally everything. I don't know why, but it was especially the last 2 years.
You've been
yeah.
into drawing your whole life?
Oh yeah, my
So
whole
you
life.
knew you was gonna be a tattoo artist from the gate.
No, I didn't know.
How-
to be honest.
How'd that happen?
It happened because of a friend. So basically, it's a cool story because my brother, he's like a dad to me. Like he's always been there for everything. He's always guided me through everything. Like a second dad, you know. So I've always listened to him a lot and follow his examples a lot, you know. So if he has piercings, I was like, okay, I want to get piercings. If he has tattoos, I want to get tattoos. So he started getting tattoos with this guy Camilo, and he started getting one. He started getting two, and then he got three, four. He got addicted basically, and they started to know each other a little better, you know, because it was his. Exactly, that's my mentor. So they started basically like making a really good relationship with each other. They started playing football, riding on bikes. They had a lot in common. I was a kid back then. I mean, I'm still a kid, but I was like what, like 14 at that time, I think. When they met, they started becoming best friends, literally. And one time I was drawing, and my brother was like you should be a tattoo artist, and I'm like, I want to be a chef, because at first I wanted to be a chef.
Whoa.
Yeah, I wanted to be a chef, and ever since my whole high school and middle school, I was like, I want to be a chef. I don't want to be anything else than a chef, you know? Yeah. So he started telling me like, keep drawing. I mean, I know you like it, and if anything, I can see how we can get you into a mentorship. And I was like, okay, I mean, I don't care if I do or not, because I like drawing, and the thing I want to do is, you know, cooking. That's what I want to do. So so one day I remember Camilo, he went to my house. It was if I'm not wrong, it was a birthday party. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was my brother's or some shit. He got there, and he saw my drawings. I was drawing that day. He was like, "Oh, it's good. I mean, for your age, you have talent if you've never taken classes." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he told me like, "I'm gonna open a shop. If you want, you can come over, do a few drawings or something, practice. And if you want to be a tattoo artist, I can help you out." And I was like, "I'm good. Okay, maybe I'll go." You know, that was like when I was like 16. He opened his shop. He told me like, "Yo, you can come over." My brother told me a lot of times, bro, like bro, you can just go there, hang out, and learn, basically. Yeah, do something, learn. You're young, you can start at a young age, so that's really good. He ended up closing that shop. I mean, not closing, but separating from that shop. He opened another one, which was way closer to my house. Like, literally, it was like 5 minutes away from my house, walking. So I was like, okay, I have no excuse right now to not go there and practice. And I took my whole, I was a senior. My whole senior year, like, you know, doing what I loved, which was cooking and drawing, both things. And at the same time, I was at a swimming team in my school. So I had no time, basically. I had no time. I was always like, yeah, I'm gonna go, but I didn't end up coming, you know. That was around February, I think it was. And then in April was the day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pass through the shop, you know. I'm gonna just go and see what's up, because I used to help them a lot with all other things, not doing anything particular to tattoo.
Yeah.
It's more like when they were setting up the shop. So I was like, I came by, I said hi to the guys, everything, and they had a fake skin there, and he said like, try to do a line, some shit like that. I don't remember. And I was like, okay, I'll try. I started doing the line, bro. I remember my hands shaking, like it was like something so weird.
You feel like drawing on air, right?
Yeah,
like
bro, like it was so fucking crazy. I did a line. I remember I was like, this is trash. And then I wanted to do another one. I was pissed. I was like, bro, I want to do this shit right. And there was like a stencil of a snake. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I started doing it. I took like 30 minutes just for a little snake, like literally like 3 lines, small as fuck. And then my mentor, Camilo, he was like, okay, you're ready. Now do a tattoo on this guy. Yeah, bro, it was like that. It was like
3
bro, it was like doing 2 lines, bro, you know? Do this shit. And then
You're a pro now. Go ahead.
yeah, bro, it was one of our friends. And we all have a cup of coffee. I'll show you later. But we all have a cup of coffee because that's our thing. Like we used to go a lot to 7-Eleven just to drink coffee and talk shit. So he was like, okay, do a cup on him. I was like, okay. I did it, bro. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. I mean, it was fine line. So doing fine line, learning, it was tough, but it wasn't that bad, you know? It could have been worse. For my first tattoo, my first day using a tattoo pen, and then my first day tattooing at the same time, it's fucking crazy, right? I did it. I was like, okay, it looks good.
No,
I'm you know,
you like it?
yeah, I don't hate it, basically. Yeah. And then yeah, that's where it all started. That was
Now,
April.
From there until you started making money,
Ooh,
how long did that take? Year, 2
like
years?
money, or
Like what do you call money, right?
because
Like,
that's the thing. I mean, if
I call money like, let's say 1,000 a day.
that's money.
That's money.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
money. Yeah, no. From 1,000 a day to my first day, it was a good
2
year and a
years?
half to 2 years transition.
When did you realize that you were just like, nah, I like this. I'm just gonna keep getting better at it? And
That's a really good question because that's the thing. The first day I did my tattoo, I was like, it's good, but I don't want to be a tattoo artist, you know? I wasn't like,
Too much
yeah,
pressure.
no, I want to do this shit. It was more like, it's fun. I could do it as a hobby, but I don't want to do it, you know? It wasn't that I didn't want it to do it. It was just like, I want to be a chef. I wanted to do this because I love it more than this, you know? So, yeah, you know, when I realized that I got to try different stuff, bro, like different dishes and everything, I realized that I hated cleaning up, bro. So I was like, hell nah, bro. If I have to clean up a whole kitchen after cooking a dish,
Now, fuck that.
yeah, I know, bro. It's either being the best chef and make people clean the dishes for you, or try it till you, I don't know, you fucking hate it or some shit.
Yeah, because if you really look
yeah.
at it, like the chef's like line of work, you have to be like somebody's helper. You have to be somebody, and then later on you have your
If
kitchen.
you're
if
good.
you're good.
so it's a lot of
Exactly.
cleaning over the years you gotta
Oh,
do. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
bro, like that's crazy.
Tons.
I met mad people that are chefs and shit like that. Until this day, they're still chefs, and they pay somebody else to clean because everybody hates cleaning. You
Well,
know? Like,
There are, I guess, like some tattoo shops where it's maybe not a healthy environment, and they'll treat an apprentice as that, where it's like, oh, you just clean my stuff.
I will offer anybody in the shop $20 or $30 for people to pick up my station. Like,
It's cleaning
That's a
sucks.
good deal, bro.
yeah, I'll be like, yo, $20, break me down. And then
I mean,
people
bro,
do
20
it.
bucks is 20
Hey,
bucks.
hey.
$20 is 20
Hey, yeah.
Bro, it's
I'm
like
with
this
you.
shirt I bought my brother. It's like, I'm not gay, but 20 bucks
That's
for
just
20
$20,
bucks, bro.
Buy yourself lunch and have $5 left over at this point.
Yeah, I know, bro. So basically, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna continue tattoo because basically I started in April, right? My first tattoo was April 17th. Then I had my whole senior year till like June something. Yeah, I was
So you
I was
started
17.
tattooing while you were still in school.
Exactly. I was 17. I was gonna finish school. I was on my 12th grade. Then in April, I started tattooing most of my friends from high school, which most of them were actually underage, and I don't know why their moms let me do that because, bro, I ruined their lives, bro. Yeah, no, bro, my first tattoos
You
were
gotta
like
do them right.
Yeah, no, bro. Now I'm fixing.
You can do the cover
In the
ups
past
now.
3 years, bro, I've been fixing a lot of tattoos, like literally a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, bro,
Yo.
because I feel bad. I was like, bro, you trusted me. I remember I used to charge $10 for like a good 3 months, 4 months. Then I started charging a little bit more, which the first tattoo I charged at a real price was two angels hugging, which looked like shit, and it was done to one of my best friends in high school, which I still,
You feel bad?
I still feel bad, bro, for you,
Yo.
but
stop
but
talking
I've
to him.
covered though. I've covered it up. Yeah, no, bro. It was so bad, bro.
So
Like, it was
when
so
did
bad.
like the switch flip where you're just it started to make sense, you're getting really good, everything you're envisioning is showing up on the skin? Like when did that turn over?
It was actually, I think the transition started with the angel tattoo, like the one I'm telling you guys. Like I started seeing money. That was the thing. At first I was like, I'm charging $10. I'm using about a box every week, which cost me like $25, and then I have to use another one, and then I wasn't making any money.
Yeah.
I was making like literally like $3 off of a tattoo, and I was doing 3-hour pieces, 4-hour pieces, shit like that. And I used to get tips, and that would help out, but it wasn't enough. I didn't want it to make money because I was in high school still, but I was like, if I'm putting in this much work, I mean, at least I think I should get a little bit more,
Absolutely.
So when everything started, like when I realized I wanted to be a tattoo artist, was about a week before I was going into college. I was supposed to go to Kingsborough, which is a college in I think it's Brooklyn, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's a community college, so it's 2 years. But it was the only one who had culinary school, culinary arts. So I was like, okay, I have the chance of going. I already been accepted, but do I want to go? I got my classes. I saw some shit of science, math, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? I want to cook. I don't want to do fucking earth science, So I was like, I don't think it's for me. Then I still had that week. And between that week was the time I did the tattoo I'm telling you.
How much you charge?
200. It was actually 200.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, bro,
Things
it's money, I
starts
made
making
200.
sense.
In 1 day.
Yeah, bro, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, I had to pay the percentage, but it was still a lot of money. It was. I remember me comparing it at that time to what people used to make, which was like, I don't know, regular wager was like what, $15 an hour in New York. Yeah, so they were making, I don't know, not even $120 a day, and I was making like almost 150 just because of that. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I can live out of this shit. And I have a lot of people telling me right now that they want to get tattoos. So I have the clientele. I was making numbers in my head. I had the clientele. And I didn't have money for college. That was the other thing. I had like this thing where they took out like 70%, if I'm not wrong. Some shit like that.
Yeah, probably.
Like, yeah, it was like a scholarship type of
Yeah.
thing. FAFSA, some shit like that.
Oh yeah, like a financial aid type of thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had that shit, and I was like, it's not that much that I have to pay, and it's only 2 years, but it's still money that I don't have, And the situation with my family at that time, it wasn't the best. So I was like, I'm not gonna put more debt into what they already have to pay for other things. I'll rather start working. I told my mom. I told her like, Mom, I want to be an artist. I want to try it out. I want to see how it goes. She supported me. I told her like, I want to do a year, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, I'll go to college. I'll find a job and do a part-time some shit. Yeah.
Year they work.
Yeah, bro.
dude.
And the year
It works. That's
and
why you
the,
do it.
The crazy part about the year was that another thing that happened in between that week, which I don't know why I forgot about that. I had a convention, my first convention, which was Wildwood, and I made in the weekend like 2,700.
Yep.
Which bro, it was a lot of money. Yeah.
What?
So
That's a month worth of work for regular people.
Yeah,
no, bro.
actually.
Literally, yeah. So I was like, bro, I'm 17. I'm making a weekend almost 3K, and I don't have to pay shit for that because it's a convention, bro. Everything's for you. And I was like, this is like a life hack, like a glitch in the matrix or some shit, bro. Because this is a lot of money and it's easy money. Like if you think about it, conventions, you can make easy money doing flash tattoos. You don't even have to know how to tattoo correctly. I know a lot of people that just do conventions for a living, like just conventions.
No shop, nothing.
Yeah, no, like literally just conventions. And it's fucking smart because if you don't have any ambition of being a good artist or anything like that, you can live just being an artist. Exactly.
So for you guys, you both kind of have a similar story where it's like, hey, I started making some money. It made sense because you were you said you worked on construction sites, right? So, but then now you both excel so much as artists. So there's that degree of like, oh, I'm motivated because I'm making money. But then there's that turnover where it's like, oh, fuck that. I want to be a really good artist though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all perspective change when you make a little bit of money. I said that in another video, and a lot of people are like, oh no, you gotta be humble. This and that. Humbleness goes in the heart, my nigga. Like, you start making a little bit of money, you start taking yourself from outside the regular environment. So now you're thinking like an artist. You know what I mean? Like maybe we chill for 2 days. The third day you're gonna see a masterpiece, because all the work is internal. A lot of artists, we work internally. You know what I mean? We try to fix our mentals, our health, and this and that, and reflects on the art. But you don't get to that point until you start getting a little bit of money, to the point where like a parking ticket doesn't bother you no more. You could pay for somebody to pick up your kid back and forth from school, so you have your mental clear for what you're about to do. So like making a little bit of money do make a difference. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense. You don't have the stresses of every day. I mean, you had mentioned too, like going to school is going to cost a lot of money. Like that's a whole other thing. Now you're in school, you're doing your school work, you're trying to make money, and it's simple. You sit for a couple hours, you make what you got to make, and you're
literally. And it's what people say, like money. When money buys you, it's basically a clear mind, like relief. Like you don't have to stress about most things. So that I think that's the thing that helps a lot the artist, because
a lot of times it's like the other way. People try to pretend like, oh, you're making money now, suddenly it's like the creativity is secondary, but I think it's the opposite. You make a little bit of money now, suddenly it's like it's a
and you know who say that? People that are not artists.
True.
People that are not artists, they're gonna be like, oh no, why you buying shit like that? You don't need it. Why you doing this like that? You don't need it. Just because you're making money, you just change. No, I mean, people forget that, first of all, we don't come from money. You know what I mean? So if we do make money, it's only human for us to scratch that need to have a Benz, a scratch that need to have a Rollie. And then after you have it, your priorities changes. You know what I mean? But you need to go through that path. And a lot of people see money as evil, but in reality, people are evil. You know what I mean? Money just take the mask off.
Yep.
Like if I'm a disgusting dude that likes gambling and all that shit, and midgets and shit like that.
Oh,
like, if I'm one of those individuals into the dark life and shit like that, you know what I mean? Maybe money was gonna turn me into like something like Diddy.
Might make it a little worse.
It's gonna help you achieve that.
But and low key or high key, you know what I mean?
Your dreams will come true one way or another. Nightmare.
If I'm genuinely like a hustler, like I do it for my team, and then I do it to teach and show others, money's gonna make you an idol instead of making you a monster. So it's derogatory on how you want to think of it. You know what I mean?
Well, just to tie things full circle, even just winning the contests at the tattoo convention, I got to see you at Long Branch this year. Dude, like you were locked in the whole time, right? Like you probably, and I don't want to assume what you're thinking, but probably not even really thinking about the money at that point. You're just like, I just want this tattoo to be sick.
Trust me, to be honest, I didn't even charge that piece. So when you go to a convention, bro, you're so focused on, bro, I want to do this piece right. I want to finish it on time. I want to make it look nice. I want people to see it and be like, that's good. Because that's another thing. me as an artist, I can see a tattoo that looks good, and for people, the judges, whatever, it cannot look like, it'll be the whole opposite. Like they'll be like, that's trash. What the fuck? But you're so locked into that you don't even remember about the money. That's another thing. Most of the times, I think you can relate to that. You're tattooing and you even forget that you're making money doing that. Like you're just tattooing, finishing up a piece that you like, and then you're like, oh wow, I forgot I'm making a good amount of money into this, which is so fucking crazy. And it's like the thing he said, like that's when you start making real money, and that's when you start realizing it's also like what you deserve, because they're paying you because of what you do, what you give out. Like it's not that you're doing something bad. They wouldn't be paying you this amount of money. So it brings you a lot of like happiness, That's not the money, the fact that what you do is good.
Now, what do you think? What goes in your head when you think about what you do? Only you can do. I'm sure people told you that, right? Well, you are who you are because it's you.
Yeah,
that's a true statement, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I think almost every artist can relate to that. Like
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Like
I think I suck.
Really.
And everybody now you're good, but I feel like it's important. Like you don't see how good you are because you see yourself every day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So people are like, yo,
you don't
bro,
see the change, yeah.
You killed it, and you be like, did I really kill it?
Yeah, and you're like, bro, but I did this shit wrong, so I don't really like it. It's always that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Imposter syndrome is crazy.
But it makes you be better every single time.
It does.
Yeah.
It pushes you.
For example, when I finished that tattoo, the one you guys saw, I was like, fuck. There's better things that I could have done. Like, I could have added a background. I could have, I don't know, made some parts lighter, make some parts darker. But, it's always, it's never going to be perfect. I'm always going to have like a butt. Like I like this, but I hate this. So it's really hard to always be comfortable with what you do, and that's the best thing. Like that's the best thing as artists. I think if the biggest you hate on yourself, the best it is. Yeah,
you get the results because you're never going to be more competitive than you are with yourself, or at least if you're doing things right, that's typically how it goes.
I mean, is your true competition?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, everyone's styles are different.
So yeah, you took a year for you to start making real money, right?
Yeah, about a year and a half. And you know, the craziest part about that transition was that I used to charge about $700 a session, full day session. And I used to think I was making money. I was like, wow, bro, I'm making $700 a day. That's fucking crazy. I'm not tattooing every day, but it's whenever I tattoo, which was like 4 times a week, I used to make good money for my age.
And then I'm pretty sure you see how much money you could make with social media now.
Oh yeah,
like not even physically tattooing. Like what I'm like, if you. Let's say if you get like a line of your ink series, and that becomes like, what do you call that? That you get paid by just putting your name on shit.
Oh yeah, like the kind of sponsorship deal in a way. Well, not sponsorship would be if someone just wants to be associated with your name.
You equity.
Okay.
You want to get paid equity. You know what I mean? Like as an artist, like you're not even 21. You know what I mean? And it blows my fucking mind.
I can't even buy a drink, bro.
That's pretty funny.
You can't buy a drink, but your wallet look like an old man's wallet, probably full of hundos and shit like that. And that's the crazy opportunity that a lot of people get to have nowadays. You know what I mean? And I feel like, bro, with your how do I say it? With your hungerness and shit like that, bro, by 25, man, you're probably gonna be selling brands.
Let's hope so, bro.
You know what I mean?
There's a plan,
Well, keep doing what you're doing, truly, because it seems like you just are happy doing it, and the money. They always say, right? Like if you're doing what
money
makes you happy, like it's a secondary. It just byproduct, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What's a good way to wrap this up, Angel? What do you think, man? Hi, Fritz.
What are your plans?
My plans for the future, like 5 years from now?
Like right now, you know you're sitting down on a handful of talent. Literally, you have a shitload of clients. You have a shitload of time in front of you, right?
Yeah.
And now you get to realize that you're making what people are making at 35 years old after college.
Also,
Debt-free.
there's that aspect of it, and the fact that you traveled from New York to New Jersey, and you already have clients booked, not anywhere near where you're from or know anybody.
So
Exactly.
taking all this in from 2 years ago that you don't have anything like that, what are your plans?
Bro, to be honest, I've always said it. I always try to put my plans and my expectations as high as possible. I know I can get to not reach them and then be like, fuck, why didn't I do this? But I always tend to go for more, and especially my plans right now. I've been talking to a lot of people, and I don't like to say what I'm gonna do before doing it, but I have some people that I trust and want to listen, because I know they're gonna help me reach to that point. And to be honest, my main objective now would be getting my own thing, my own shop
Building your
open.
team.
Exactly, because I want to start to build my own thing as not only as my artist name, but as my Esteban, not only Torres.
Personal brands.
Exactly,
You're
yeah.
branding yourself.
Exactly. So not
selling
only me
brands.
as an artist,
there it is.
but having something that represents art, not only by me, So I think the best way of doing that is a shop. Have crazy artists. I wanna have at least like 3 artists, but I want them to be really crazy people, like people that would literally win a whole convention, like by themselves. So I want to just get to learn by them. I want to be the worst at the whole shop.
You wanna
Like
be
if
the
I'm
best.
if
I
I
mean,
yeah
you wanna
if I'm
have the
the
best, yeah.
owner, I want people to be so free that they want to work there. Because what I want to do is I want to learn from them, and I think the best way of doing that is having them here, like having them close to me. I don't know who yet. I don't know when. I don't
think you have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to know for now. And honestly, I think you're in the right place even for that. I think this shop runs a lot like that. I know Angel's been here for a little bit. And I guess I didn't even ask that, because you're guest spotting here and you are booked up, and you basically got the introduction in, or how did Esteban end up? Like, when was your first guest spot here?
A few months ago.
Okay, so yeah, pretty recent.
Like 5 months ago, maybe.
Did you
Yeah,
hook that
no.
up? Nice. That's cool.
He helped me out with everything. As I said, we like got to follow each other for a convention, but it wasn't like we used to talk in conventions, It was more like I follow him, he follows me, and maybe we reply to a story, or maybe we like a story of a tattoo, and then he was like, "Bro,
Come
you
guest
should come.
spot."
Yeah, you should come once."
Amazing.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "I mean, I'm close, so I think it's gonna be
I mean,
dope."
I say you fit right in here, bro.
I mean,
that's
also the
cool.
level of his work.
Yeah, very exceptional.
You know what I mean? Like I am not a person that I'm jealous to say that somebody younger got it better or is doing it better. You know what I mean? Like, so his work is outstanding. I saw a lot of people. I met a lot of people. The same convention that I met him, but his work was outstanding. You know what I mean? Personality lit. You know what I mean? Because like you meet a lot of characters at the conventions. You meet the people that only want a free ride. You meet the people that only want to take advantage. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of artists, not all of them like to put in together. They like to walk solo. You know what I mean? So like, picking people to guest spot, sometimes you gotta analyze the personal behaviors. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well,
he
they're
rolls with a team of heavy hitters. You know what I mean? So he was already like he's used to putting in because everybody's putting in.
Yeah,
You know, like-
doing your part basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you gotta drag them. You gotta bring him to the shop. You gotta find him a client. After the client gets here, you gotta walk him on how to do the tattoo. And this is real life issues that you find with real life real life artists. Like when you invite people to guest spot because you don't know how they are for real, for real. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about because these guys don't just invite people either. You know what I mean? So that's yeah.
It's a lot. Look,
It's
we
a lot.
got tables, we got client services. We have you set up by the time you get here. So it's a lot for us to give to an artist that is not gonna take advantage
true.
of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know he showed up at the convention and he ate that shit.
Yeah, he did, dude. That's what I was saying. That's like the amazing thing. I think that's
Yeah.
that's a great way to honestly end it, man. I mean, you saw the task at hand, you showed up, did what you got to do, and you know got the trophy. So
Yeah, bro.
You
I
showed
told
up
I
and
told
showed
these
off.
guys.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm gonna come with you guys, I wanna leave a mark. You know, at least in that event, I want people to know not only who I am, but that who I'm coming with. You know, to represent the area, which is Soul Kraft, Asbury. I was like, they gotta know who we are, because I might not be a resident, but I always receive that, you know, that love
fam,
from
yeah,
everyone here.
absolutely.
That it's like a family. So whenever I'm doing a guest spot, I even know that my shop where I'm a resident, they get jealous because they're like, bro, you're like so much like a family with them. And I'm like, bro, I mean, they treat me good. I try to be the same way. I try to give back what I receive. So
it's a good way to be.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
man.
convention was the best way of doing that.
All right, man. Well, I think we are about to get the day started here. Your client's probably here.
No, my client is my cousin today.
yeah.
Everything is cleared up. You guys about to see some of my first tattoos ever. They suck. This is when I thought I wanted to be a Japanese artist. You know what I mean? Before I
Really?
started tattooing, dude, I was like, I got tattooed with Japanese shit because I was gonna be a Japanese tattoo artist because I used to watch Miami Ink.
Oh yeah,
With the
I know
bald
where
dude,
this is coming.
Emmy James, yeah.
He's so fucking good.
Bro, I used to watch that dude. I used to buy the magazines and shit like that. I used to work at third shift, bro. And I used to just like read and draw.
Damn.
Yeah,
crazy.
fantasizing shit like that.
That is fucking
Interesting.
crazy. So you had that love of the art before starting to tattoo.
Yeah. I mean, none of the art of, I feel like the culture, how people, like what people would do, like, oh my God, this guy has a fucking old vintage car and all he does is art. Wow. That was so cool for me. Like I get to express myself, my thoughts and everything like that. And all I gotta do is that. I mean, that's a way of living life. But I didn't start tattooing until 25, but whatever.
But it's still young. I mean,
It's
I know some people that have started way older.
Bro, I got into my first shop and I was ashamed that I was older because everybody was like, all the apprentices and all the new artists are like 18, 17, 19, 20, whatever. And then there you go, old ass me, 25 years old, you know what I mean? And then that was like, nah, nigga, you got to start running.
Yeah.
You got to catch up to the people that are your age. You got to catch up to this guy. You got to catch up to that guy. And that's what got me to my point. You know what I mean? Like the feeling inside my head of me being late.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
pushing
Like,
yourself.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that one. That's a good description.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just squeeze my butt cheek tight, bro, and I'm like, yeah, let's get it. And we got it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro, you did it, which is the most important part.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah,
Putting in
man.
the work and making it work.
Well,
Yep.
we're just getting started here, and Esteban, thanks for making the time for this, dude. I mean, this was
Worries,
cool
bro.
to have you.
Yeah, bro, you know, everything that you guys want to do, whatever, I'm always down for everything.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people want to know the artist, you know. A lot of people want, and you know, you have a great personality, and I feel like everybody should see that.
Yeah,
appreciate it,
and,
bro.
and the last thing I want to say is if anyone is not familiar with Esteban, obviously you can check out the Instagram. We have all the stuff like on a like on the screen. But also that video we made is super sick. So it's like you could go through Esteban's feed or Soul Kraft, and you'll get to see that.
Yo,
but
people are gonna see this interview 5 years from now, and they're gonna see Esteban, and they're like, "Damn,
dude, yeah,
damn." You know what I mean?
Well, just magnify.
So
I
I
mean,
guess-
think about how long Oscar 30 plus, right? Like now, just
Exactly.
this guy's not even a.
I guess
we're
we
not
got,
even breaking a sweat no more. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
dude,
That's
that's fire.
admiring.
we gotta make another interview in 5 years and be like,
Yeah,
so
we'll look back,
what
man.
has happened? You know,
Exactly.
do I have my shop?
Shit, by the way that you go, you gotta make a video every half a year.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know
bud.
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Fuck
know,
yeah,
brother.
this is all gas, no breaks. But man, hell yeah, I think this is great. It's a great interview.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
this
man,
this
it's
was
fire.
dope. This was really fun.
I mean,
yeah,
We done.
That's it. That's a
that's
wrap.
it. All right.